Right then, it's Christmas time again, and we're going to go for here, Panettone bread and butter Christmas pudding. Okay, so what we need for this is alright, so first of all, we're just going to butter the bottom of our dish to stop any of that panettone bread sticking. Just a light butter all the way around. And then what we're also going to do is just put a little sprinkling of sugar, light brown sugar I'm using, just to give it that little crusty edge, hopefully. Okay. Now, we don't need all this, but we can always save half for another day. So first of all, cut it in half. Just move that away a second. So let's just chop these in slices like you would do a loaf of bread. So what we're going to do is layer the bottom, firmly push it down, and then this will act as like a crust for our panettone. And then you make it like a little jigsaw, just go around all the edges. Luckily I've got another half panettone just in case. Okay, so we're going to do a quick and easy method of doing the custard. Traditionally, you cook your custard on the stove or the hob. I'm going to do it where we put all the ingredients straight into the bowl, and then we're going to kind of bain-marie it in the oven, which I'll show you in a minute. So first of all, with the custard, we're going to chuck all the ingredients into the bowl. So I'm going to go with 4 eggs. We're also going to add about 50 grams of caster sugar, 200 millilitres of double cream, and then we're going to add 250 millilitres of whole fat milk. So we'll chuck that in. We're going to put in about 3, 1, 2, let's go with 3 teaspoons of mincemeat. I'm going to give that a little whisk. Let's just beat that up till your eggs are all mixed in. We can add a few chunks of the panettone just to soak up that mixture. A bit of the chocolate, okay? And let's just give that a little mix. Meanwhile, what we can do now, a couple of clumps of butter. So let's just spoon a bit here or there. Don't need to do the butter. You can also just spread it on before like you would do your bread and butter pudding. We are also going to add a few chunks of chocolate orange. We've all got this knocking about the house at Christmas. Let's break some up, chuck it all over. So probably want about 4 or 5 chunks, keep some back for after. Okay, so that's that done. So we nearly forgot the vanilla paste. So let's add 1 teaspoon. Okay. Let's not whisk it too much, let's just fold that in there. And what we're going to do now is pour this in. Let's kind of push it up the sides just so it can cling into that bread. Not worrying too much if it doesn't get all the bread. We're hoping that's going to act like a little crust, a pie crust even. Okay, put a little bit more of the panettone in. Just let it soak it up. For our custard, we need a little nutmeg. And we might as well, a little zest of orange as well. There we go. Right. So before we do this, oven's on preheated at 140 degrees, that's the fan, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna place this into another baking tray, just like that. This is just to help cook the custard and set it around the edges, so when you bring it out, it should be nice and wobbly, okay? And all we're gonna do is fill some hot water up to about halfway of the baking tray, and that should help cook it from the outside, and it'll help set the custard. And then when we cook it in the oven, it'll only be at 140, so it'll be cooking away nicely. Okay, so we're looking to get halfway up the line. Let's go with that. Okay, and then we're going to put it in the oven for about 35 to 40 minutes, and hopefully it should come out slightly wobbling. Right, so we need to take this out. Just there. We're going to move this down here. And then be very careful, as the water is still very hot. Pick this up. And then drop that there. There we go. Now it should have a little wobble, so the custard has set. It does look a bit of a mess now though.
A hot, filthy mess then.